My name is Tahir Naeem and we are studying Introduction to Computer. So far we have covered 9 lecture and today is our lecture number 10. Outline of our today lecture. First of all, we will have a look at insert ribbon menu system. Then we will discuss text box. Then we will discuss word art. Then we will discuss quick parts. And then we will discuss drop cap. All these commands are present in the text box group. Ribbon menu system. Insert tab is the second tab in the ribbon. It is used to insert or add extra feature in our document as the name suggests. It is commonly used to add tables, pictures, clip art, shape, page number, etc. The insert tab is group of related commands like page, table, illustration, adds and media, links, comments, headers and footers, text and symbols. So here is you can see from here that we have discussed so far pages, tables, illustration, aids and links, comments, header and footer, and today we will discuss text. While in the previous in this lecture we will discuss text box, quick parts, word art and drop cap. So let's us start by discussing text box. Text box can be useful for drawing attention to a specific text. They can also be helpful when we need to move text around in our document. Word allows us to format text boxes and text within them is word art. So basically text box is normally when we produce a document in Word we write text in a plainly, while text box provides a box in which we can write the text. And there are various advantages of this text box, like we can format the text with inside the text, while we can also apply word art out to the box. So how we will insert a text box? So we will go to insert tab and then click text box command in the text group. Like here you can see that we go to insert tab and then here in the text group it is present is a text box. And as you can see that God must see content put it in the text box. A text box bring focus to contents it contains and is a great showcasing important text such as heading and quotes. So basically normally text box whenever we write quotes we generally write in quote or any other things which we want to draw the attention of the reader, or we can also apply also use the text box for the purpose if we want to move text from one place to another place. So we simply have to move the text box. A drop down menu will appear. Here we will select draw text box. So basically as you can see that whenever we click on text box these options appear before us. These are the built-in text box. Built-in text box are basically already boxes created, and we have which is present in our gallery. So we have to simply click on it and modify the text inside the box. Here more text boxes from office.com. Draw text box which in with the help of which we can draw. Here as you can see the description is given. They draw a text box anywhere. This is a great way to get the exact text box size you want, especially when the adding text to shapes and objects. So we will here click and hold and drag create our text box. So basically when we click on create text box we have to click and then hold this click and then drag it to create the text box. As you can see that here as you can see that we will click this like this symbol like this will appear and we have to click on and we have to drag it. drag this side, as you can see that arrow is given that we have drag it towards here, or if you want to further drag it towards here, while also clicking the click sign or shift plus mouse key, left key, mouse key, then our text box is created. The insertion point will appear inside the text box. You can now type to create text inside the text box. So basically, when we release the mouse, then a cursor will appear inside the box, and we can type the text inside the text box. As you can see here, that a cursor is blinking, and here we have types Livio Pizza. If you want, we can select text and then change the font color and size by using command inside the home tab, which we have discussed, which commands or which we have discussed earlier. And whenever we click outside the text box, then we will discuss then we will return to the document. We can also select one of the built-in text boxes that have predefined color for fonts, position, and size. So basically, we can select a built-in text box from the existing library. If we choose this option, the text box will appear automatically, so we don't have need to draw it a text box. As you can see here, that we selected this text box and it appears. So how we move to the text box? How we move to text box? So basically, we want to move a text box. We have to click where we want to move. However, the mouse on one of the edges of the, so basically a text box. So we will go to the edges of box which we want to move, and whenever we mouse changes into a cross like this shape, then it means that we are in complete, we have control of complete whole text box. Then we'll click, hold, and drag the text box toward where we want to move it. Like here, as you can see that here, whenever we move onto edges of it, then this the cursor shape changes to like this, and we can move towards here, here, and it will move according to our wishes. To resize a text box, so how we will reside, then we will click on the text box we want to reside, and here we will apply the same rule. We will click on it and hold it and drag so that on the corner or side of text box until it reaches our desirable level. As you can see like this, whenever we go to the edges, this like shape will appear up, which means that we can increase the size, decrease the size. Whenever we want to decrease the size, we have to move towards inside the text box. Whenever we want to increase the size, we have to move the cursor outside of. Modifying text boxes. Words offer many options for changing the way text boxes appear in our document. We can change the shape, style, and color of the text box. Additionally, we want to add a little more dimension. We can also add shadow. So how we will change the text box shape? Changing the shape of text box can be useful option for creating an interesting look into your document. Select the text box you want to change. The format tab will appear whenever we want to change whenever we click on the text box. The format tab appear. Format tab, then we will go to edit shape command. As you can see here that we click on the edit shape. So here we will hover mouse over it until and unless it changes the shape. Then select the desired shape from the menu that appears. So as you can see that we will go to the edit menu, and here we are going to change shape. As you can see that there are different shapes, kinds of shape available to us, and we can select one of them. The text box will appear formatted is the shape. as you can see here that it is to change the fill color. So basically how we will change the fill color of a text box. We'll select a text box, then we will go to format tab and click on shape fill drop down arrow. This shape file menu will appear. Select a color we want to use. To view more color options, select more fill. As you can see that we click on the shape fill, and as you can see there are different types of colors is presented before us, like this is olive green accent 3. This is the name of this color scheme, while there is also other option of no fill, where we if we have already filled our text box with color, then we can also deselect it with the no fill, or we can also add another extra colors, pictures, gradient and texture. The text box will appear in selected floor color. If you want to use a different type of fill, select gradient or texture from the drop down menu. We can also select no fill to make it transparent. To choose the shape outline, select the text box we want to change. For format option, click the shape outline drop down arrow. The shape outline menu appears. Select the current picture we want to use. If you want to make the outline transparent, select no outline. The text box will appear in a selected outline color. From the drop down menu, you can also change the outline color, weight, thickness, and whether or not it should be dashed line. So here, as you can see that we can also check out no color, no outline, or weight or design. To change the shape style, choosing a shape style allows us to apply preset colors and effects to quickly change the appearance of our text box. Select the text box we want to change. So then we will go to the format tab, which is concatenation tab. Then we click on more drop down arrow in the shape style group. As you can see here, when we click on it, there is another option in this in the inlet appears. A drop down menu of style will appear. Select the style you want to use. Here, as you can see, these are the different size, and we can apply it regardless ourselves. The text box will appear in the selected style. As you can see that when we apply these styles to our text box, like Legui Pizza, then we applied this style and it appears in our text box. To change shadow effects, adding a shadow to a shape can make it appear as though it is floating above the page, and it can help to add contrast between the shape and background. Select the text box you want to change. If on the format tab, click the shape effort drop down arrow in the menu that appears. Select the shadow. As you can see, we click on the shape effects, and there are preset which is already present shapes, or we can also apply shadow. In a shadow, there is no shadow, there is outer shadow, there is inner shadow. These are the different options available in shadow process. While there is reflections, glow, soft edges, bevel, 3D rotation, also our option available to us. The shape will appear with the selected shadow. To adjust the new shadow color, size, distance and more, select shadow options from the drop down menu. The format shape pane will appear. Normally, whenever we click on the format shape then appears, as you can see here, that there are various properties present here, like presets of color, and we can choose colors preset, or the transparency, size of the size effect, blur, angle available to us. So 3D effects. So there are two kinds of effects we can also apply to tier the boxes to have them a 3D appearance, 3D rotation and bevel. 3D rotation makes text boxes appear as if you are viewing the text box from the different angles. Bevels and thickness and rounded edges to text. Use 3D connection. Select the text box you want to use on the format tab. Click the shape effects drop down arrow in the menu that appears. Select the desired 3D effect rotation effect. The text box will appear in the selected 3D rotation effect. As you can see that here we have selected no rotation, and no rotation will be selected. To use bevel, select the text box you want to change. In proper format shape, the shape effects drop down arrow in the menu that appears. Select the desired display level. The text box will appear in the selected best bevel effect. So as you can see from here that we have selected the bevel, and there are further options opens and up like no bevel and bevel, and these are the different shapes which we can avail in our document. So let's discuss word art. Word provides attractive and enhancing effects for text. Word art has special effects that can apply to our text to make it more noticeable. Word art is a feature that creates decorative effects with text. For example, we can apply effects to texting by adding shadow, reflection, glow, soft edges, bevel, or 3D rotation. Word art in 2016 has a vibrant colors and shapes and galleries of the textile. As we begin working with the art, the drawing tool from the tab appears, enables you to format the word art by edition special. So how we will do it? Click insert tab in text group, click word art button to the menu. As you can see that here we will click on the word art, and these are the formatted text boxes available. In word art gallery, select fill, accent 2, outline, accent 2. The text is now formatted as word art, and drawing tool format tab appears. A text box appears on the word art. Selecting the text box and change the font size to rotate PT on the home tab. Notice that the word group size have moved up one line. We place our insertion point along with the text box outline until changes to a more command 4 arrows. Press the left mouse to see select the box and dragging the uh, selecting and heading text again. In the word art style group on drawing tool tab, select the drop down arrow by the text outline button and select no outline. This action removes the outline from the text. Click on the text fill drop down arrow and select red 2 accent 2. Select text effect and then click transfer to display menu. So here as you can see here that we have to we and the click we click on that and different option open it when we can select any of one of them. To convert a regular text into a word art. For text to be found as word art, it must be inside a text box. However, there is a shortcut that allows us to convert text into word art even if it's not in the text box. Select the text we want to convert, then click the insert text. So basically if you are doing the word art, then we have to first select the text and it can be done by multiple ways. Simply if we click on the mouse and drag it then to throughout the word will be selected, our paragraph will be selected. Then we can go to insert tab. As you can see that words here, time and night is selected, and here we go to insert, and here we go to the word art. Click the word art top down arrow in the text group. A drop down menu of word art style will appear. Select the style you wanted to use. As you can see here, we click on it and different options open up, and if we go move cursor to over it, here as you can see, we have previously discussed, this is the fill color, word art, and blue accent is the style, and shadow is the feature. Words will automatically create a text box for the text, and the text appear in the selected style. If you want, we can change the front color from the I'm home. See, to transform text, select the text box or select some text inside of the text box. As you can see here, we selected trivia night. One of the format tabs, click the text effect drop down arrow in the word style group. As you can see, we will click on text effect. We are turn your work into a work of art, added in visual effects such as shadow, glow, or reflection to your text. A drop down menu of effects will appear. However, the mouse or the transform and select transform effects from menu that appears. Here, as you can see, I have clicked on text box, and these are different types of options which became available to us. So the text will transform into selected cycle. We can add extra special effects such as shadow, bevel, and more to transform text. As you can see here, that we have selected a style, and it is automatically updated. Insert triple menu system. So we will discuss quick parts. The Microsoft Office 2013 quick parts is used as a solution to add repeated words, paragraphs, statement, images are logged into our Word document. Many people use quick parts for signature, book, heading, contracts, and even the short phrases of company name that we use frequently throughout their documents. Basically, quick parts, there are two of just a few possibility or application of quick parts. So quick parts saves our time is used to is with is used to store something. After that, whenever you need to type the quick part of those words of the entire paragraph will be inserted into your document. So basically, quick parts is basically whenever words are repeated or we want to insert a paragraph over and over, then we store it in our gallery, and we can pick up from this gallery, so that we don't have to type and waste our time or any word which is used most frequently, and we add it to our library. The word will be inserted in the same format as you have typed first, so we need not to spend any time after formatting again. This can be used over and over. First, select text, images, logos that you want to be saved and use again in in your document. So basically, whenever we want to we want to whenever whichever we want to a quick parts like a text which a text or any image or picture or logos of the company, like this is the logo of Cork University, or image of Cork University, or any text and text form you want to save it and used again in your document. Because so here, as you can see, we will click on quick parts on. So how we will create a quick part? So basically, first of all, we will select a phrase, sentence, or other a portion of our document that we want to save to the gallery. So then we will go to the insert tab, as I have previously in the previous, as I have mentioned in the previous slide. Then we will go to text group. In the text group you will click on quick parts, and in quick part different option is shown, and in these different options we will click on the save selection to quick part gallery, and here we will change the name and a description of the text we like and click OK. To save selection is auto text on the insert tab in the text group. Click quick parts here if you want to save a selection of auto text. So that is auto text means that whenever we press a space key or we write two words, then automatically, as you may have noticed, then whenever we want to do some search on Google, they it have auto text completion quality, or it is also present in MS Word where some words are automatically completed. So basically, if you want to save the or some words which may be completed automatically, then we will go to insert tab. From insert tab we will go to the text group, and here we will click on quick parts. After clicking the quick parts, their option appear of auto text. Here we will go to, there will be another option, save selection to auto text gallery, and there this text which we have selected will be saved to the auto text gallery. Adding a quick parts to the documents. So here we will place our cursor where we want to insert a selection from the quick parts gallery. So basically we will place a cursor in the place where we want to insert a selection from the quick parts. We want to insert from the quick parts gallery. Then we will place cursor where we want to insert this there some text from the quick parts gallery. So then we will go to insert tab. In insert tab we will go to text group, and the text group we will click on the quick parts, and here then from the quick parts we will go to the click sentence. There are different options there. Here all the option of the text we have saved, or phrases which we have saved, or any other selection which we have already saved in the quick parts will be visible to us, and we can simply click on any sentence, phrase, or any other save selection and click on it, and it will be automatically inserted. If you save the item is auto text, if you want to save any item is auto text, then we will click on insert quick parts in auto text to find and click selection. Change the contents of quick parts. So whenever we want to change to modify the quick parts text, then we can change quick parts by replacing the building block, and we can insert the building block, making the changes we want, and then save the building block within the same name. So basically, if you want to have a modification in the quick parts, then we'll go to we will change into we'll go to the building blocks and made changes to the building blocks, and it may be after changes or editing it must be saved is the same name. Click where you want to insert the building block. On insert tab in the text group, click quick parts and click building blocks organizer. If you want to name the name of the building block, click name to sort it by name. So basically, if we want to insert any building block, then first of all we have to go to insert tab, then go to text group, then click quick parts, and then there are different window top up where we select building blocks organizer. If we know a bottom of the building, and then we can also store it so that anytime it can be reused. So first of all, we will click on insert, then we will make changes to the building blocks, and then select the receive text revise. On the insert tab in the style group, outlook parts, and click save selections to create the in the created new building block dialog box. Type the original name, category, and gallery of the building blocks. Entry in place. Click hold it. Okay. When we ask whether you want to redefine the building block entry, we will click on yes. Rename a quick parts. So basically, in insert tab in the text group, we will go to quick parts and click on it, and then inside the quick parts we will click on the building block organizer. So we will click on the name of the building block that we want to rename and click edit properties. Then the option will be available to us. In the modifying building block dialog box, type of a new name entry and click OK. Delete a quick parts. Open a document that contains the quick parts that you want to delete on. An insert tab in the text group, click quick parts and then click building blocks organizer. If you want to know the name of the building, then we will go to the click by name or sort by name. Then we'll select the entry and then click the delete. And when asked whether we want to show or we want to delete the building block, it will reconfirm from yes, and we have to click on yes. The building block that we deleted will be no longer available in the galleries, although contents might still appear in the document. So we will discuss drop. So drop cap or a drop capital is a large capital letter used as a decorative element at the beginning of the paragraph or section. A size of a drop cap is usually two or more lines. Basically, drop cap is a capital letter used like in you may have read the English newspaper. If you consider there are a large capital letter in of the word. This is called drop cap. The following instruction shows our option for positioning a drop cap. As you can see here, that this is the dropped format, and this is the in margin. These are the different two options available to us. So using a drop cap is a great way to add visual appeal to our page. We will click on paragraph to which we want to add a drop cap on. So basically we will select a paragraph. We will click on paragraph where a drop cap must be added. Then we go to insert in the text group, click drop cap. So basically here, as you can see from here, that we will go to drop cap, and here we will click on add on. So there will be choose there will be different option available to us is mentioned previously, dropped in margin or choose drop cap option. As you can see that here, when you click on it, none option will appear, drop on option will appear, in margin option will appear, drop cap options will appear. The farmer places the image within the paragraph text, while the first one option we discussed in the previous section, a previous lecture, leaves the image within the paragraph text, while in margin places the drop cap in the margin outside the paragraph text. A drop cap option dialog box, we can, as you can see that here, none, dropped, in gram, and here there are different options. What font should be used, what lines, how many lines should it be dropped, and what distance should it contains from the text. So here from the font drop down list, select the typeface you want to use. Choose a setting from the lines to drop box. This setting define new highlighter will be uh, selection the distance from the text to find how much space we want to allow to be drop cap. We will click on OK. So a drop cap, as you can see that this is the this is as you can see this is equivalent this letter like Vito provides so it means that V is equal to the three lines. So here is the same thing. Remove a cap, highlight the large drop cap letter, then we'll go to insert drop cap and select none. As you can see that it is none and the drop cap will. These are the references from where I have prepared my lecture. If you have any question regarding today's lecture, feel free to contact me. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.